Hello, this is Ward Lenore from IS 477 here to talk about the Creating a Tabletop Exercise lab here, where I was tasked with coming up with 3 tabletop exercises and a response plan to each of them. So I'm going to get right into it and start with the first one, which the first exercise that I thought of was an inclement weather exercise where our hypothetical company, which is located in the Huntsville, Alabama area, they're prone to inclement weather during the tornado season. And particularly one April, a tornado just plows right through the office in the Huntsville area. It is right on the path of the tornado, and it just destroys everything. There is very little recoverable from the office. So the response plan I was able to come up with for this is being prepared beforehand, obviously, having drills in place to be prepared, maybe having drills biannually, so once every half of the year. And don't expect all of your employees to be weather aware. If there might be anybody at the office during the time of this inclement weather, be sure to send out a variety of SMS messages to alert of all possible potential hazardous weather in the area, and have a sort of safe area prepared, a plan prepared for your employees that might be at the building or anybody that might be around the building to sort of bunker down and hide through while this tornado plows through. And then afterwards, in a response to this, if this happens, start the rebuild process, and hopefully have some insurance support there that could help assist in the rebuild process there and maybe alleviate some of the costs. The second exercise that I came up with here is an armed attacker exercise. I've called it, and in this, an armed attacker forces their way into the company's office. Maybe they have some information that they are trying to steal, and for some reason or another, this hypothetical company in Huntsville, and they force their way in and they forcefully request to gain access to the system, maybe to steal some kind of information and data. I don't know how far-fetched this is, but it is something unique I was able to come up with in the allotted time for this project here. And the response plan I had for that is obviously have some sort of active shooter drills and training to be prepared in advance. Maybe install a panic button with near an entrance desk. Maybe with if you have an HR desk, maybe somewhere like that, or in somewhere where a security guard could know about it. Somewhere that's known but still not visible to an attacker if they were to enter. Also, security guards. A lot of offices will have security guards at all the entrances, and making sure those entrances can be choke points for the security guards or any law enforcement that might be trying to deal with an armed attacker on the premises. That would be a good way of deterrence, and a good way to set up to ensure that something like this would not become would not become an issue that you have here at your office. My personal opinion is that you should comply with the attacker. Your life, the life of your employees, is more valuable than anything else. That's my personal opinion. And cooperate with the local law enforcement to assist finding and apprehending the culprit. Obviously, if the culprit takes something and get away, maybe if they took some sort of access and got away with some sort of authentication codes or whatnot, find a way to reset those, keep them from being dangerous with that. But yeah, the third exercise I came up with here was a server room temperature exercise. You're woken in the middle of the night and alerted that the server room in your office in Huntsville is greatly exceeding the accepted limit of temperature in the building, and a quick analysis suggests that your cooling is broken. The temperature, the heat has just gotten so egregiously high for the servers that something needs to be fixed, and you've been alerted as you're probably the one on call. You're alerted, and you need to figure out what to do here. And obviously, we would have a little bit prepared for this, maybe an emergency line for any sort of HVAC and electrician vendors that would be able to respond immediately, any time of the night, the middle of the night, and just after incident, we want to figure out what went wrong, why it went wrong, and how do we keep it from continuing to go wrong. So we'd want to review the logs and observe any potential abnormalities around the time of the failure, maybe see if we can figure out what happened, and then we would begin to fix it. Obviously, shutting down all non-critical servers to maybe decrease the growing temperature, maybe alleviate it a little bit, could be something that's helpful. And if there's not an immediately fixable solution to this, start to notify employees, shareholders that there are going to be some systems down potentially, and that things will have to be fixed. And then work with the vendors that you have to fix these problems, and in the worst case, replace the entire system. So that's all I have. Thank you.